Hi everyone, it's April with Hair 101. We are going to do a long men's haircut. I've already washed and combed out his hair. And I'm going to start in the back. And I'm just going to cut a straight line with point cutting. And you want to just kind of get a guide for how long you want the hair. And how long you cut the guide down here is going to affect how long it is throughout, because these are going to be some pretty uniform layers. So I'm going to just go right to the bottom of his neck, or just a little bit above, like a finger above the bottom of his neck, and point cut in. I'm going to go straight across in the back. So once you have that, and you can go, here, let me get the wrinkle. Then you're going to pull the hair to the side like this and use that guide over here and just cut it so that it kind of graduates a little bit. And then you're going to wrap that around on the front. So you're going to find that guide in the back. So we're just doing the perimeter to get started. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And always make sure that you comb the hair all the way down underneath the ear, because a lot of the time it can get stuck right there behind the ear. So you can just go like this and make sure you don't have anything stuck back there. All right, and then I'm going to pull it forward. And just kind of follow that line around the front. All right, and then comb the hair back. And this is a good little trick to get the hair to fall where they part it, because the hair is usually trained to do what they do all the time. You just comb it back and then you just push on it a little bit like that, and it usually parts where it's used to being parted. So that looks about right. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the back. Comb it all out again. And I'm going to start with the layers. So just to show you, I'll turn. So part off about 1-inch sections. And then you're going to pull that hair straight away from the head until that guide drops a little bit out of the bottom. So that's where we're going to cut. And you're just going to cut that length all the way up. I'm going to do that all the way along the back. So then I split that section that I just cut in half and then picked up another 1/2 inch of uncut hair and added it to it. And that way I have a guide all the way up. If you pull the hair back like this, you can see where your guide is. So then take another section, add some uncut hair to it, and do the same thing. with that. So you're going to do this just until you reach the back of the ear. And I'm slightly directing some of this hair over to meet the guide. Okay, I'm going to come back on this side and do the same thing. Alright, so the back's layered. Now we're going to do the sides. And we're going to start from right here in the back of the ear. And pull it straight out until that guide drops, just like you did in the back. And then you're going to cut that hair off. Now I'm going to keep picking up the guide and following it up because I want the hair to be the same length from here out. Like if you were to take your comb like this, it goes to about the 6 or 7 inch on the comb. Then the hair on the top should be that same length. So that's why I'm starting here at the bottom. As soon as it drops that guide, you cut a little bit and then you move up. But you're still holding the same hair, you're just holding it straight out from the head so that you can get the same length. I'm going to point cut now because it's a little bit closer to his face and I want it to be soft. Okay, same thing on the other side. Do this little trick, get the part back in there. There we go. Alright, we're going to find the guide. And you should be able to pick up a little piece from the top, and then you have 2 guides. So you're just taking out that middle section. If you're having a hard time finding your guides, you probably are grabbing too much hair and you just need to take smaller sections. So if you have really thick hair, keep that in mind. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and take some of the bulk out of just the pieces around his face just to give it some more texture and definition, and a little bit back here around the back of the neck. So I'm going to take a razor and just piece out a little bit. Anywhere that looks like it's hanging really heavy, you can just texture out a little bit. And around the face. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and go through the top and just texture the ends a little bit. So this is where he parts his hair, and it's a little bit longer right here because of that. So now I'm going to dry this up, and then if I see any spots that need attention, I can texture those out. Alright, so it looks pretty good. I just have a few spots back here that just look a little bit choppy and thick with the layers. So I'm just going to pull those up with thinning shears on the very ends, because you don't want to make the hair look thin, you just want to kind of make it blend a little bit better. See how that just kind of took care of those spots? You see them right here, you can see a little bit of lines. And then when you go through it with the thinning shears, it just lays in better. So, other than that, I think it looks pretty good. You can go ahead and lift up this hair on the neck and clean it up, because you want to still feel like you got a haircut even though it's still long, right? You just go in here and you lift up, and anything that hangs down you can just take off with the clippers. Same thing on this side. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, please comment below and request videos and haircuts, and I will do my best to get to them. And don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you go to our Facebook page and like the page so that you can be involved in any giveaways or special features that we have. Thanks guys, see you later.